Well, good morning, my viewers of United Matters channel. I know yesterday I gave you just one video and I had certain issues really disturbing me, especially power in my country. Power can go for like 10 hours, and when power came through, there was Big Brother Niger. I have a channel that I run about Big Brother Niger. I had to obviously serve the people there until 4 a.m. in the morning, so it shows you exactly what was really going on as far as that was concerned. But I want to let you know that I'm back in full swing and I'm here to bring you the latest news and information as far as all this is concerned. Qatar is taking over United in 2 weeks. A United correspondent for The Sun confirming that to us. No sooner had we lost to Crystal Palace by 1-0. Then Eric Ten Hag has gone ahead and defended Marcus Rashford. I'm going to give you my thoughts about it and what he thinks about the team of Manchester United in general. So we are here to discuss some huge topics with you guys. Hope you guys are going to join me in plenty to obviously see this happening. We thank God for the gift of life. It's the 2nd of October, and guys, let this month epitomize our 16k subscribers. That is it. That's what I'm calling in for. Let us see ourselves accumulating that mark before the end of this month. And we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, we also thank Allah for the gift of life. Let's start it off with this story coming in from Neil Curtis. He's a United correspondent for The Sun, telling us that Sheikh Jassim will complete his full takeover of Man United in the next 2 weeks. That is coming in from Sean O'Neill Curtis, a football writer writing for The Sun newspaper, covering Manchester United. Now, I was not surprised when the story really came out after we really lost to Crystal Palace. I know the Glazers are trying to push everything in their favor to see to it that they at least see themselves really getting to where they deserve to be and forcing situation to show to it that we can stay at this club and can destabilize. Why? They knew that those 2 wins we got against Burnley and Crystal Palace in the midweek were obviously going to really take us to that level of obviously coming in through and competing for the league, and maybe go on a very good run that would see us obviously going in and registering lots of success afterwards. But it wasn't the case, and it was never the case for them. And it's really very, very good for the fans of Man United, and it's bad news. It's bad news to the Glazers that we're going to hate to lose that game of football, because now stability is one of those that you cannot guarantee under their rule. Obviously, one will say, Rokani, do you want Manchester United to continue not winning games? See to it that we see the Glazers out. I always told you, if that's the case, that to see the Glazers out, we need to see our team really lose games. I'll go for it because I'm fed up of this short-term successism. You've seen it take over at Man United. Louis van Gaal came up, looked like he was going to steady the ship in the first year. Second year, accomplished 5th, and he was sacked. And by the way, I denied the chance to obviously get a philosophy and obviously get to where we deserve to be. They would have gone ahead to allow that. Let's play in the UEFA Europa League and let Louis van Gaal build a culture, or a football culture that was going to help this team of Manchester United. But they never gave him a chance. You know that very well. Then Jose Mourinho came in through having triumphed, having succeeded at Chelsea, Inter Milan, Porto, name it. We thought would have been the best person to take over and obviously win things of Manchester United. I remember, by the way, in the year of 2016, I had my friend called Buddha. I told him that I don't want Jose Mourinho. That is it. I told him that for the very first time, I've seen Man United kick a ball from a goal, from our goal to the goal of our opponent when you're passing that game of football. If you really remember that game we played with Chelsea, it ended 0-0, and Louis van Gaal referred to it as the best game he has seen Manchester United play. Do you know why? We passed that ball around, and it was bringing what we call a possession-based game of football. But we never saw this coming, and people never backed him. By the time I was not on YouTube, and the man was shown the exit door. That is Louis van Gaal for you. Mourinho was also shown the exit door. Solskjaer was shown the exit door. Those are 4 managers sacked. David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer are now the 5th manager. But in all that sequence you see up, there is a common factor. The common factor are the Glazers. Even Ed Woodward was sacked off the job, and Richard Arnold is the CEO, meaning that there are lots of things that aren't going well at Man United, that even if we keep Erik ten Hag here and the Glazers, things won't change. All you have to do is to first scrap off the Glazers. The Glazers need to get out of this team. They need to get out of the picture, because we deserve better and better and better as a club. So to me, when I saw this story that the takeover United is going to happen in 2 weeks, I know where it's coming in from. This story is coming in from the Glazers, because they know that if the fans don't hear such, they might come out and demonstrate. So they are spinning, as you know, they are the spin masters of the game, and they are trying maybe to show us that it's really great. Because I'm asking myself, why is it that an exclusive story like this, right? An exclusive story like this is coming in from a United correspondent, yet we don't have any United correspondent who broke the stories that saw Sheikh Jassim Al Thani put in a new bid, Sir Jim Ratcliffe putting in a new bid, those who pulled out, and so on and so forth. Because Mike Keegan from The Guardian is so close to this deal that he can touch it. Jacobs Ben, the same thing. The Business News, Bloomberg, and so on and so forth. This is a business story that we wouldn't have gone ahead to see it coming in through from the Sun, meaning that the Glazers know how to obviously kill off a spin, and they are doing this to see to it that they keep United fans in the same position as per now. That is it. So it's like a painkiller and a plaster on the wound. But I'm telling them that however much you obviously block this, trust me, the scenarios happening at Manchester United are peddling the influence of the fans to come in through and obviously riot. And I believe the Glazers would have gone ahead to leave now. If they don't leave now, it reaches a situation when they can no longer handle the situation. Yes, forewarned, foretold. But on the other side, if at all it's true, because it might be true, because I'm an objective person, I'm giving you two sides. Now, the side of the Glazers pulling up a spin, and now let me give you the side of if at all it's true. We are told that in the month of October and November, that's when the United takeover is going to take shape. Last week we brought you a story of Sir Jim Ratcliffe trying to revise his bid with his advisors to see to it that they launch a new one that will see him being a majority shareholder with Manchester United. Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is also trying to push with the Qataris to take over Manchester United. Now, am I surprised to see a story coming in through at this juncture telling us about the Glazers taking United or taking over United in, the Qataris taking over United in 2 weeks? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And I anticipate that more stories are going to break in the international break about the full sale of Manchester United. And we all want the Qataris to come in through and take over because we will need a reshape. You know, Erik ten Hag is being forced to do things that he shouldn't be doing at the club of Manchester United. Do you know that? He's the scout. You know, he's the technical director. He's the footballing director. And this forced him to bring in his agency to obviously get certain players, you know, meaning that he was doing a job that the people above him should be doing, you know. And the biggest undoing of Manchester United is the Glazers, because we need to scrap off, we need to squash that board of Man United and bring in football competent directors who have gone ahead to do it somewhere else and they are not learning on the job. John Mata learning on the job, Richard Arnold learning on the job, Darren Fletcher learning on the job. All the people we are having are learning on the job, and we need to get in experienced people to do this. But if it already happens in 2 weeks, that will be great for the club of Manchester United, because this is the only way we're obviously going to save our season. You know, If the Qataris come in through all Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you know that you're going to get a new sporting director. That is it. And the likes of John Mata will be no more at this club. That is it. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Your thoughts about Sheikh Jassim Al Thani and the Qataris taking over United in 2 weeks are welcome in the comment section below. That's what we are getting from now. For now, that's what we are getting. So we wait and see where this is obviously going to really settle at the end of it all. Let's go to Erik ten Hag and what he had to say about our loss to Crystal Palace. He said, he was booed, by the way. The fans really booed him. And he said, I understand when you play Palace, you have to win, with all respect. Of course, that's a concern when we have to be more consistent. We have to be more consistent. We need a row of wins. I can give you reasons, but you'll explain as an excuse. There are no excuses. To me, I like it when he owns and takes it over, especially in the game of Palace, because he's the manager. He's the one who is supposed to tell a player that get off the pitch or stay on the field of play. You know, lots of things were supposed to change and do, but he didn't do them. Like I told you in the match reaction of this game, that in that game, you saw to it that all what we lacked was what we call penetrative action in the final third. Now, how do you get penetrative action in the final third of the opponent like Crystal Palace, who was parking the bus and he was 1 goal ahead of us? Get Scott McTominay, play him as a right back, right? Get Diego Dallo, play him as a left back. Get Sofian Amrabat and Casemiro in the double pivot. How does that help you? Let Sofian Amrabat play as a CDM and let Casemiro play as a number 8, because Casemiro has that line-breaking pass on him. You know, he can pull out a moment of magic from nowhere. You know, that's what we needed, because we've always seen him that even when he's being played as a CDM, he reserves some time to obviously coming through and create lots of magic in the final third of the opponent. But I don't know why such things don't cross the mind of Erik ten Hag. And for that game against Crystal Palace, I don't blame the Glazers. I don't blame anyone. I first blame Erik ten Hag. We lost that game because of Erik ten Hag. And I went ahead to obviously put in my views, and you guys went ahead to obviously give me your thoughts. That for the very first time, I've gone for him. I've gone for him. And he has the players, you know, but how is he handling the situation? Bruno Fernandes was not supposed to play those minutes. He was supposed to be taken off, you know. For how many times are we going to look at a captain doing stupid things on the field of play and we don't call him out? He also deserved to be really thrown under the bus. That is it. But the manager confidently kept those players on, and they really cost us a game. It's not something that we should obviously come in through and brag about, that the Glazers are really the problem. Ten Hag is not the problem. Mind you, if you lose to Arsenal, it's okay. But we cannot lose to Crystal Palace. We can't. At Old Trafford, moreover, that's uncalled for this club of Manchester United, and him taking the blame was really right, and we no longer wanted to hear his excuses. We've all been saying the players don't run, they ran. We don't control the game. We control the game 100%. You know, out of the 18 shots we had, only 4 shots were on target, meaning that we just lacked a moment of concentration for like 2 minutes, knock that ball around, keep it, and make those players of Palace frustrated and not predicting what you're going to do next. The moment you're unpredictable, then they'll end up opening up and giving you space for you to create the goals in there for you. Now, he has also gone ahead and we're talking about Marcus Rashford, a player that came out and slated after the game. It will come, but it's not coming automatically. He has to invest a lot. The team has to invest a lot. The team has to invest a lot around him. Today, we were in good positions, but we made the wrong decisions. Now, I understand that he's protecting the player. I know what he's doing, and that's what any decent manager is supposed to do. But Rashford is the problem as to why we lost that game. In the first 20 minutes, we got into good positions, but he was selfish. He couldn't find out a pass. In the game of football, doing easy stuff really relieves you and saves you for the day. That is it. Marcus Rashford cost us a game. And if I'm Eric Ten Hag, I bench him straight away. In the game of Galatasaray, I give Garnacho a go to start. That is it. Because Garnacho has a different threat altogether, he brings onto the field of play. And guys, have you noticed that when we play with those young guys, Hannibal, Pelestri, Garnacho, we play very well. Do you know why? These young guys are really more technically gifted than all those players that start ahead of them. I can tell you Facundo Pelestri is a more technically gifted player than Anthony. Hannibal is a more technically gifted player than Mason Mount. Garnacho is a more technically gifted player than Marcus Rashford. So, certain things are not rocket science. You know, you cannot really tell a dog to talk like a human being, because that's what it is. It's a dog. The best it will do, it will just bark at you, right? But if you look at Garnacho, he's a talent that you can reckon with. I gave you an example of how Mikel Arteta went in at Arsenal and gave Saka, Martinelli, Emily Smith Rowe a goal. Have you seen how these three players are going to hit to merge out as one of the biggest doings for the side of Arteta and Arsenal? I think time has come. Let's trust our own players that are really talented and young. Let's not see ourselves really lose it out, because Rashford has costed us very many games ever since the season started, and he goes ahead to do that. And for Eric Ten Hag, if he doesn't bench Rashford, he's going to cost himself a job. That is it, because no manager will be kept on the job if Arteta continues losing. A sack won't be far away if Arteta doesn't look through it. But I think he's a manager who knows what to do, and if he treated Harry Maguire that way, if he treated David De Gea that way, the likes of Ericsson and so on and so forth, the Sanchos, why not apply it onto Marcus Rashford? I want to see Marcus Rashford come off the bench and see how he does stuff. That is it, because if Garnacho starts and puts in a shift, then Rashford has to come out and prove himself. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rock and David is my name. Your thoughts about Ten Hag on Rashford and the balls that really came in through are welcome in the comment section below. Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. My Muslims, Barak Lau Fikum. I'm out for now.